Just when I thought the Museum of Human Art was going to be a safe place, well, they add 14 new rooms and over half of them are rooms with holes in them. So that's fun. Welcome back to yet another beta update video, which is perhaps one of the biggest updates that they've done so far, because they added one of the most big things that people have been excited for is moon phases, which will happen after every 5 levels, and they'll also raise the difficulty. And besides the 14 new rooms, there's also 2/3 new valuables. They said they added 2, but there's actually a 3rd one that I found, so feel free to stick around to see that. There's new music, there's also an updated ambient sound, and new voice lines for one of the monkey box valuables. And of course more graffiti, banners, and paintings. Plus, they actually made crouch rest actually be really good again. And it seems like stamina overall regens much more quicker. It'll regen at 100% speed whenever you crouch and not moving. And if you're moving while crouched, it'll regen a little bit slower than that. And they also improved some stuff with the tumble wings. They also changed a little bit about the enemies. And it's actually one thing that was not said in the patch notes is actually items have a longer period of indestructibility. Which means when you pick it up right away, it'll have about like a second or 2 seconds where you can hit into stuff and it won't actually take any damage, which is quite huge. I've noticed that with enemy orbs, I've noticed with every item in the game. It's actually quite cool. But anyways, let's get started, shall we? All right, well, starting off with the moon phases, this is actually basically a brand new difficulty kind of thing where it'll start giving you like different effects after every 5 levels. So right now I'm on the 1st level. You can see I'm only on 1 quota. What this basically does is I actually have no overcharge. You know, if you played the beta, you would know that you would have overcharge for quite a while, but now there's actually no overcharge until after the 1st moon starts affecting us, or the 2nd one. I'm not exactly sure which one is which. Now, whenever you do get a moon, it'll pop up on your screen what the effects do, and there should also be a new button that says active moons or something like that in the menu. And here's actually some screenshots what all the moons do, by the way. I believe there's a quarter moon, half moon, full moon, and a super moon, which the super moon is actually, I think, the hardest difficulty that there can be right now until they add more moons, because they did say they're planning on adding more in the future. But this is actually a really good step for the future, because overall it'll just increase the difficulty and make the game harder, which it should definitely do. And the further you go, they also added 1 more extraction point as well, so now we'll have games that have 5 extraction points, which is huge. Now I do want to show off the crouch rest a little bit here, so I'm here in the shop right now. And so you see right here, I'm crouched. It's going up pretty fast, but then when I move, look at that, it's going up a little bit slower. I think that's about half speed of that. And then while we're moving, I think that's half speed of that, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not exactly half speed. Not really sure, but I think we also regen more stamina overall too, right? When you're walking. But yeah, you can just crouch. And the crouch rest is actually super powerful now. Once you get up to 4 crouch rests, it's actually quite crazy. I would say that. All right, level 2 Museum of Human Art. So there should actually be some new rooms here. I think this is a newer room from last beta update, but don't forget there are 14 new rooms, so that we should be seeing at least one of them in this run, I think. Also, yeah, the monkey box. They said that they added voice lines for this guy, so let's pick him up. I heard a sound. I don't know what exactly he said though. Wait. Oh, that's cool. Like every time you pick him up, you make the sound. Huh. That's really cool, actually. You can just constantly pick them up, make noise. That's cool. Got another one. Hey, what are you laughing at me, huh? Oh yeah, and also the wine. Oh crap, that's a guy right there. That's a robe. Yeah, for the wine, or I guess cocktails is his actual name, they fixed the indestructibility where if you tip it, it will now lose value, even if you put an indestructible drone on. Because items actually have like a half second of like indestructibility. I think it's more now. See, like look at this. And now it starts taking damage. So that's a crazy long time. But this, if it even spills, it just automatically loses the value, like half of the value. So they did indeed fix that. So that kind of sucks, but that's totally fine. Ooh, I think I found a new room. Look at this. Just gotta make sure the robe's not gonna chase me. Oh yeah, there's also a new item here as well. One of the new valuables. Look at that, that's an armadillo. That is cool. They added a ton more extraction rooms as well. I know in the bigger levels, I'll show you guys. I think I showed you guys some of the screenshots. Those are all extractions, like big holes and just like tall rooms. Those are very cool rooms. Yeah, look at this guy. This is the pimple guy. I see another new item there too. It's the one that they didn't actually say. But we have pimple guy. There's also a teeth bot that got added as well. I'll see if I can find that. But this is also a new item, plane. Which actually, if you hold it a little bit and let go, they can actually fly. Now this guy didn't quite fly. Let me help him a little bit. Cause they can actually fly. It's super cool. Yeah, look at him go. All right, goodbye. That's super cool. And they actually didn't put that in patch notes. Here's also another room. This is a brand new room. It's just one, I guess, a little corner room with some valuables and stuff. That's very cool. Oh, the plane's still going. A nice try, plane. All right, that's cool. That's an eyeball. Okay, here's another item. I just want to show off that valuable thing again. Because once you pick it up, items used to have like basically a half second of indestructibility, but now it's like so much longer than that. You have plenty of time to like pick up items before like being able to destroy it and stuff like that. I guess people are having problems with that, but I normally just like rip stuff out of place just to make sure it doesn't get damaged. Because like I said, it was usually just like a half second of durability, so that's normally plenty of time to just not take any damage. But that's kind of crazy though. Like I'm just hitting it everywhere and it's just not taking damage until now, which is very crazy. Before, you would not be able to do that at all for that long, that's for sure. So in my opinion, that's definitely a huge change. All right, now as I do my last extraction, I'm gonna try and find the robe and have it hit me, because now the truck actually heals more HP now until the moons start coming into effect. So like within the first 5 levels, you should always get healed for 50 HP once you enter the truck. And I think when the first moon happens, it goes down to 35%. Or 35 health, sorry. And then with the next moon after that, I believe it's 25, and then it stays that way for all the moons. So it basically goes back to normal. Let's see, can you... Oh, that just kills me. Oh, I don't know why I thought they did 50 damage. Oh, well, you'll just have to take my word for it. The truck will heal 50 HP until the first moon happens. All right, well, while we're at the main menu, I just want to talk about a couple other changes. They added a change where when you're playing in public lobbies or if you're playing with other players, you can click on their player heads and it'll actually pop up their Steam profile. And they also added a brand new recently played with list, which will tell you basically just a list of who you recently played with, basically. That's pretty much what it is in the name. All right, now at this point, I'm actually on R.E.P.O modded. Now, I'm not playing with any like crazy mods. It's basically just like a dev kind of mod where I can basically give myself whatever power-ups I want or go to whichever level so I can actually like really show you exactly what happens. But while I'm here in this lobby, I'm going to show you guys another change. I guess I've never actually played with the toggle mute, but whenever you muted, I guess your character would like start speaking in like text to speech and then go mute, which would kind of suck because if there's like a huntsman, for example, and he's right there and you just like you mute, your character just starts talking out of nowhere and just kills you. That basically just doesn't even do anything. But now you can see you can see the bottom right, it just muted, it's not talking at all, and it does the same exact thing in the game. All right, well here's a different looking screen. It looks slightly different because you can see it says level 1, but when I press this button, it looks a ton different. Now you guys may know what this is or may not know. Obviously I've got God mode on, no tumble mode and invisibility, stuff like that. But basically while I'm here in the split room, I'm just gonna test like the different upgrades and see what exactly they do now. All right, spawn 10 tumble wings. I probably don't need this much, but I just wanna exactly show you guys what they changed with the tumble wings. Now on the patch notes, it said they doubled the forward thrust and have increased flight time. So this is what just normal tumble with nothing looks like. I've got no upgrades right here. And then tumble wings 1. So now I've got 1 tumble wings. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, plus they also have that little indicator on the bottom middle, which was in the past couple of beta updates, I believe. I just actually haven't touched tumble wings since then, so I didn't realize. But I guess this is the new tumble wings. This is tumble wings 1. So let me take a couple more. So now I'm tumble wings 3. Now let's try this. There's a little bit of a noticeable difference. Let's just go straight up. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit longer, I'd say, right? Now let me go crazy and just take all 10 tumble wings. Let's do that. Now let's see. Am I able to fly all the way up here now? Let's see. Oh, I can actually fly all the way up here. That's crazy. Now I didn't take any damage, but don't forget I'm also on God mode, so, and no tumble mode. So let me actually take this off real quick and test how much damage this is. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Uh-oh. This is gonna hurt. Ooh, that definitely hurt. That is so crazy. Okay, let me turn those back on. Hey, buddy. You can't touch me. I've also got infinite energy, so I can outrun this idiot. Let me actually turn off infinite energy right now. So now you can see my energy is getting used up. So let me actually spawn in some crouch rest and test that. Is this guy gonna leave me alone? Really? All right, spawn 10 crouch rest. Seriously, man? Okay, well, you know what I'm gonna do about this guy? Headman. Goodbye. I can literally just spawn him, take him out of his existence. Alright, this is not the best place for these guys. I think half of them actually disappeared. I spawned 10, but they're not here. So I don't know what happened to those. Oh well, I can just spawn in more. So here's what crouch rest normally looks like. So this is me just standing still, not moving. And then when I start moving while crouched, it goes up a little bit slower. And then this is, I do believe if you have like 10 crouch rests on, for example, and you start walking, this speed is going to be the same exact speed. But when you're crouched, that's when you're going to notice the speed difference. All right, that's a little better. I went and reloaded because I want to get more stamina so I can actually just let it go all the way down real quick. I really want to test the crouch rest real quick. And there's all 10. Just bounces in. All right, that should be good. All right, so I showed you guys what it looked like with just no crouch rest at all. You can see I've got none. All the 35 stamina, 10 tumble wings, barely level 1. Let's go. All right, crouch rest 1. So now let's see. So you can clearly see it's going up a little bit faster now. And then it's a little bit less faster since I'm moving. And as I said, it should be the same exact speed with any crouch rest upgrade when you're just walking normally. It's only when you're crouch rest will you like notice the difference. So now let me go up to 3 real quick. And now let's see if I just crouch. Now you can see it's much more quicker. And it said the patch notes it's half the speed of when you're moving, so I can probably tell that's like half the speed, right? Now let's go crazy again. Let's go to 10. Might as well, right? All right, so we got 10 crouch rests. Let's see how crazy this gets. So now, oh yeah, you can see it's much quicker. And it's actually going up really fast too, even just when I'm moving, which I really enjoy. I'm a huge fan of that. Because before, when they just messed up crouch rest, where they basically like just decreased the regen like so much, it just was not anything I really wanted. But now it's actually it's back to its former glory days, that's for sure. All right, so I found a tall kind of room, so I'm just gonna fly around here. It's actually so crazy with this tumble wings now. All right, well, now that we got that craziness out of the way, let's actually check out this part of the patch notes where you can actually stun enemies again with items, which is kind of crazy. I've never actually really done that too much. I've honestly just been used to throwing enemies into holes. But apparently now you can stun enemies with items again, like small items for small enemies, and medium items can stun basically all the big enemies pretty much. Ooh, okay, it looks like we have a bunch of gnomes. Gnomes and a Reaper. That's not very good, but let's see. Hello, Reaper. I'm actually just gonna go around, see if I can find a large... Well, actually, what am I doing? I can actually just like teleport it to me. What about the trophy? Let's try this. So if I knock it into her, never mind. Okay, that actually does no damage. All right, there we go. I just went in and spawned a goblin head instead because I don't think there's any medium objects here. So this should be able to stun the Reaper. And there we go. It actually stuns it. Look at that. Now this is level 1, and they actually stated that whenever the moons start taking effects, they will not stun as easily. So let me actually go into level 5, where we'll actually see the first moon. All right, level 5. Ooh, look at this. So now we have no moon, and now we go to a crescent moon. The truck healer now restores 35 health, and monsters are now harder to knock down with valuables. So it straight up just says that it's just harder to knock down with valuables. Now let's actually put that to the test. Let's see, it looks like we got a headman, chef, and a peeper. I guess we'll try out the chef first. Oh, the chef is just sliding around. Hey, buddy. No, thank you. Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? You can't hurt me at all. Let's see, what about a globe? So yeah, this does hurt him, of course. Let's see, what about a medium object? Okay, is this a medium object? I assume it is. Okay, where'd the frog go? Oh wait, no, there's a medium object. Okay, well, frog, you are coming back. Chef. Hey, buddy. Oh, I'm not strong enough at all. Oh, wait, I think that did. Maybe not, he just died. Alright, I'm actually just gonna recruit the help of some strength real quick and spawn him back in. Alright, now we can pick this up. Oh, and it's broken, of course. Alright, let's try a 3D printer instead, since that thing didn't quite work. Oh yeah, it does stun him. Okay, so medium items will still stun at least these kind of enemies. Now let me try it with the big enemy, probably the headman. Alright, sir, could you go away? Thank you. Okay, headman was despawned, I guess. Here you are. Okay, so that does not stun him. Okay, so yeah, large enemies are definitely not affected. And also, this is going pretty crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot with God mode you actually can't die. Oh, you can actually see what's down here. But that's actually kind of crazy. Wait, hold on. Is this new? I don't remember there being these things. Although I don't actually remember flying here at all, so I've got no clue. That's cool. Oh yeah, also I'm just gonna test by breaking an orb, see if it explodes. Okay, it kind of exploded, but in the further levels, once you have the harder moons, those enemy orbs will actually start exploding, which is kind of crazy. Hey buddy, you are quite annoying, sir. Get out of here. Oh yeah, now that we have some death pits, let's actually try and test an item, because apparently items, I don't know if this was before, but items can actually survive death pits now, and they also have a new effect onto them. All right, let me spawn like a trank gun. Let's try that. So I put it in my inventory. Let's see if I drop it, will that save itself? No, it does not. Huh, that's weird. What about a heal? Cause I tried this and it actually, like, I saw like it jumped out. So I wonder if this is like for the future. Huh, that's kind of weird. Is this not a death pit? I assume it is, but I don't know. All right, well, I don't know if items will now like start surviving death pits. I'm not exactly sure, but let's move on to level 10, shall we? Level 10, let's see what the moon's gonna be. All right, what do we got? Go from crescent moon to now half moon. Monsters now overcharge your grabber. Monsters take heavy damage from pits but can survive. Okay. Truck healer now restores 25 health. Okay. As I said earlier, you can actually open your menu and see active moons. It says right there, and it'll show you the list of what the moons mean. Now we've only got 2, but once we get to the next ones, it'll show up in this menu here. Yeah, crescent moon obviously just restores a little bit less health and they're harder to knock down with valuables. But now I believe they can't be knocked down with valuables, right? Let's actually test that out. Also, my character's just talking, blah, 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 blah. And now I muted myself and nothing. That's crazy. I actually had no clue that there's actually a toggle mute button. I had no idea. All right, I also gave myself some items so I can try and test out the death pit here again. So this is the death pit, right? Wait, hold on, is this actually not a death pit? I always thought this was like death, but apparently not actually. Oh, that's cool. I swear, I always thought that was just like a death hole. Did they change that actually? I don't remember. I don't remember seeing a hole there, but I guess they did. I swear that was the death pit. Okay. Also, the game might look a bit different to you. I do have a HD mod on, so that actually gets rid of the pixelation completely. And also, by the way, I can just completely destroy this. Yeah, that is crazy to me. That like this stays indestructible for so long. But all right, let's try and test this again. Will this actually survive? No. Okay, so items don't survive then. That's kind of weird. Are there like certain death pits where items do survive? I swear I went to like level 100 yesterday. I was testing out a bunch and I threw items in and they were like coming out just fine. They all came out with like a super cool effect. Which actually, let me spawn an enemy. Let me spawn him like right here. Just kill him. Okay, we got an Upscream. Yeah, that would be perfect. Hi buddy. Goodbye. You see the new effect? Right there, right there. That's a super cool effect. It's like a cool lightning kind of effect. Let's see, we have a huntsman. Let's try this guy. So huntsman, goodbye. So he should be able to survive. Oh, I guess not. He doesn't have enough health. I guess they do take heavy damage. So I guess maybe the trudge will be the only one that survives this. All right, now we can see we have the overcharge again. And yeah, I got overcharged, but I can't tumble right now, so that's why I'm not going flying away right now. Are you gonna fall? You're really not gonna fall, eh? Alright, well, I gotta bring out the big guns, apparently. Get out of here, sir. Really? Alright, 15 strength, goodbye. Okay, is he gonna survive, actually? Okay, he does not survive, apparently. I guess it does make sense because it still says that enemies will take heavy damage from pits, which is actually still huge, actually. Okay, now we have overcharge and monsters take heavy damage from pits but can survive, which I guess basically means only the trudge. Because the trudge is the one with the most health, and I think the clown basically is like second most, I would assume. Ooh, and actually while we're here, we can actually test out a new thing with the Upscream, because the Upscream and Hidden both have something new. So now, whenever they stun a player, actually let me go into Tumble mode. Now when they stun a player, they actually stun them for a lot less time. So when I get grabbed. So now I can move again, which is actually very nice. Hey buddy. So for example, if the Upscream throws you towards a hole and you have like a bunch of jumps, you try to survive, you should be able to survive much easier now. And that's the Hidden. Okay, so we have a Hidden. Hey buddy. So he grabbed me, and now we're gonna see how long I stay stunned for. As long as he doesn't throw me in a pit here. Uh-oh. So now I can actually get up immediately. Okay, that is crazy big. That is such a big difference right there. Good, that would have saved me on my big death run that I had on level 52, by the way. Which, by the way, feel free to watch up there. I just uploaded that. But yeah, to me, that is just a huge change that they just like, they don't stun you for as long anymore, which is very big, especially for like late game, because if you get grabbed once, that's basically the end of your run. Just like that. All right, sorry for the mess. I just robbed a bank. That's why I'm so rich with 9.999 million bucks. I just want to show you guys one of the other patch notes is where you can actually store up to 20 crystals apparently now, which I just spawned like 15, so I'm just going to buy all of these. And when we load to the shop, we should see all these crystals in there apparently. I haven't actually seen this at all, but let me just go around and buy all these. All right, that's quite a bit of crystals with very little money. Let's see what happens. All right, moment of truth. Oh geez, wait, I think they're all there actually. It's like a little, like it turns or something. Yeah, apparently for each like 2 blip, I think that is 1 crystal. Oh wait, never mind, it's not 20, it's actually 10 crystals. It holds 10 crystals to match the 20 charging blips. So yeah, each 2 it means 1 crystal, which is a weird kind of like system, but that's cool that it holds 10 now. I don't know how much it held before, I think it was 4. Yeah, I think it legit just held 4 crystals before, so that is quite the upgrade, but is that going to affect the charging actually? I don't know, let me try this actually. This should get rid of all this. If I jump a bunch, I think these will just go down really fast. Yeah, there we go. They're going down super fast. I just want to check the charging, see if they like changed any of the speeds. There we go. So now these are both out. Let's see. Oh, that broke 1 crystal already? Wow, okay, wait, is that actually worse now? So do you get like much less charge for a crystal? That is actually kind of crazy. I just broke 3 crystals trying to charge 2 drones. Now I know I just emptied these drones, but that is like bad actually. That used 3 crystals just to charge 2 drones fully. Now that's gotta be expensive, right? Am I crazy in thinking that? Like that's so expensive. I didn't read anything anywhere about the drones like being able to be used more. I guess let me spawn in a griffin statue. There we are. I'm just gonna use, not on me. Nope, get off me. On this guy. Now let's carry this around and see how much charge I lose for just a little bit of time, I guess. Okay, this better mean that the drones like have a lot more charge to them. Apparently, I guess crystals are just have much less charge, I guess. I don't know what the change was, but yeah, I think this is just normal looking speed. Right? I don't know if this is normal speed. I think it might have like a little bit more charge. I can't quite tell. Although that is very stupid that the crystals like just now get destroyed so much quicker. Okay, remember for me, each of these crystals were like 23k or something like that. Like 17 to 23k, which is super expensive still. Now maybe they will have changed like the crystals over time or something. Like maybe they like kept it at like a certain cap. Like 40k will be the max price for a crystal, but still it's very expensive. But I guess without further ado, let's go to level 15 on the Museum of Human Art and see what's different with this place. All right, what's it gonna be? So we go from half moon to full moon, and you can see there's another moon after this. Monsters now overcharge your grabber by a total of increase of 25%, and they take less damage from pits. That's actually quite crazy. Now let's see, we actually have a bow tie right here. I never actually tested with these medium objects to see if they still stun. Oh yeah, they actually do still stun. Okay, that's actually interesting. Now obviously that's very fragile, but it's okay. Let's just walk around and see what we have new. Okay, this is just it's like a new-ish room. We've had this room for like the past couple of updates already. Let's see, we should definitely be finding some new stuff though here, that's for sure. I think we already found one. Yeah, look at this room. So it looks like you got like a bunch of shelves everywhere. Some will have valuables, some will not. Like this one has the wire guy. Oh, we also have this guy. Let me actually show you the teeth bot. Let's see, we actually do have one on this map. So teeth bot, spawn in. Hello. Now you can already see it's quite wiggly, which is very cool. They actually wiggle around. I really love this. That's like it's like the first item that's like movable like this, I would say, right? I love you. That's so cool. Now they don't move or anything, right? I think they just like literally stand there. It's kind of like a bobblehead in a sort. Very cool though. I really like this. This might be one of my new favorite items. Blah, 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 blah. That's so cool. I love that. All right, let's actually bring in a mentalist and see how much my charge goes up now. Overcharge. So I'm carrying him. And look at that. It's going up pretty quick actually. That's actually going very quick. And then it goes down the same amount of speed, it looks like. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to be very careful with like how much you use your overcharge. That's for sure. You're gonna have to use it like against one enemy at a time now, which is definitely, you have to, it's like more of like a mental like strategy kind of game, I would say, of a sort, right? That's also, is that a new picture? I don't know. I don't think so. All right, I am speed. Just gonna give myself a little bit of speed. Oh, hello guys. Oh, we got a new one. Look at this. Look at this place. This is one of the new extraction rooms, which is now a hole room. Now I kind of expected that they would add a hole. Oh, whoa. Oh, that has a hole there too. Okay, that's kind of crazy. I actually didn't expect there to be a hole there. That's a bit dangerous. That's for sure. Oh man. Yeah, be careful of this extraction, that's for sure. But yeah, I kind of expected them to add more like hole rooms. Also very cool graffiti back here. Look at this. Look at that guy. Take a staff with the whatever that guy is. Is that you guy? Is that your brother, Mr. Headman? Oh, look at the overcharge. I barely grabbed him for a little bit. Oh yeah, the new effect as well. I love that. That's so cool. Ooh, what the heck? It's like a weird wizard with the phone or something. A phone with the taxman on it. That's awesome. Good dogs taped on bed walls. What the heck? Museum of Human Arts presents. Sir, I'm trying to show off the cool exhibitions, please. Behind the food court every Friday at 10 p.m. Always seats available. Humanity almost perished. Lol. What the heck? The expensive stand-up show. That is crazy. Crazy cool. And yeah, here we have another room. This is another one of those like bar rooms, and this one actually has a hole in here, which this is actually very good for big enemies. Let's see, do we have a trudge? We do not have a trudge, but let me bring in a clown. And now they take less damage from pits, right? So yeah, he survived there. He survived that one shot, but as I said, this is actually really good for huge enemies because they get stuck on these ledges here. So let me spawn in a huntsman. Because previously these guys actually didn't... Sir? That's quite rude. Sir? That's very quite rude. Yeah, you go down a hole. Yeah, he survived, but he got stopped. And he actually has less health, I think. Because he hit this thing and died. Died like an idiot. Let's see. Okay, those do not explode yet. Also, by the way, I don't know if that's new, but usually when you kill an enemy, it'll turn white. That orb will turn white, which means it cannot be destroyed. And then when it turns pink, it can be destroyed. But I think they have like a secondary indestructible like period where you can pick it up and bang it around stuff and it'll actually not get destroyed still, which is actually definitely newer, I would say. And definitely very welcome as well. Because I'm sure you guys have experienced this when you try to grab an enemy orb and it just destroys itself when you pick it up. Like, it's like so stupid. So now that should no longer be the case. And look at this room as well. We have another extraction room. Yeah, I think half of the extraction rooms all have holes, which is quite crazy. Very, very crazy. Survive without possession. I guess people are getting possessed or something like that. Someone took the red rum? Is that what it says? I don't know. Who wrote this? He not okay? I do not care. Take something. Sit down, dude. I don't know what half of this says. Wait. I'm sick of fresh corn. I'm sick of fresh corn. Oh, what the heck? We got a gnome picture too. I didn't even notice this. I took screenshots, but I didn't really notice this at all. Which, by the way, I do have a no clip mode. You can see I'm just right here. Hi guys, my name is Tristan. Welcome back to another repo video. Oh yeah, I have it shut off, I think. Yeah, this shows all the different speeds and stuff. Now, let me just go up here real quick. You can actually see the whole layout of all these places. You can see the truck right there, the semi-botmobile. And we have one of these little parkour rooms. It's very cool. I love this. Honestly, I love being able to just go no clip mode. Oh, here's another one. Let me spawn myself in. Hello. Yeah. I've actually been having fun with all this no clip and all these different controls. As I said, this is REPO modded, but this is all vanilla stuff basically. The only modded part is just me being able to go through walls and give myself all these different upgrades and like spawn in enemies and stuff like that. This is literally just for like demonstration purposes. I'm obviously not using this to cheat or anything, that's for sure. I honestly despise cheaters. I hate cheaters, so I feel like I could never really cheat like that. That's just not who I am. But anyway, look at that spider semi-bot thing. What the heck? Error? Whoa, that is actually super cool. Is that gonna be like a future monster being added? There's like a spider bot, a semi-bot spider. That's honestly so sick. I like that. I really like that. You got a bunch of peeper eyeballs, it looks like. What is this? Oh, Blood Moon. Blood Moon, hide. Okay, that is super cool. And yeah, of course, this room has another pit. Now let's see, I can't actually teleport to these pits. Extraction 1. Let's see, what is this one? Ooh, this is another one. This is actually the very good one. Or not very good one, but it's like very tall. Let me actually just fly all the way up here. Yeah, this is a tall room. It's one of those like whole rooms that, like a super tall like staircase kind of stuff. Kind of style, I guess. Got a weird kid whose head is a pin or something. And whatever this is, I have no clue what that is. It's pretty dark. Let me know down in the comments what you think. But yeah, this is definitely a scary extraction, especially for getting chased by a bunch of monsters. And then I've got no clue what this says. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely open to any comments on what you think that might be. Yeah, this does have a pit right here. You can definitely die. Goodbye. I do not die though. I'm invincible. That Tumblewing is actually kind of crazy. I only have 10 Tumblewing upgrades, but you can just straight up fly now. You can literally just like straight up fly up. Like, look at this. I'm just gonna jump and press tumble. I can literally fly to the ceiling. Okay, that's pretty overpowered, I would say. Or anyways, what's this extraction? Okay, this is this extraction, all right. Number 3. Okay, we've already seen this one. What about number 4? Oh yeah, we have also seen this one. Okay, so I think we've seen all the extractions on this level. There are definitely more rooms though. There's for sure like 3 or 4 more that I know of that are extraction rooms. It's actually quite cool. Ooh, also new banner. Wait, what's this? What does this say? Ancient magic artifacts. And it's like a cool eyeball little thing. Someone's holding an eyeball over a candle. That is sick. I really like that. That's super, super cool. All right, well, before we move on to the last and final moon, which, spoiler, is called the super moon, which is for sure a crazy name. Yeah, before that, they also put in the patch notes where now there should be a much lower chance to get duplicate enemies in the late game. So you should see a lot less of like triple headman or triple huntsman. Oh yeah, and duh, you can also see in the top left, it says 0 out of 5. So now we have 5 extractions. I think we have that at level 10 as well. Oh, I guess not level 10. Level 10 is still 4 extractions. At least for me, because I'm solo. I think if you play in a team, you reach the higher quotas much more early on. I think. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, there we go. Level 15, and now we have 5 extractions. Aha! I was looking for this exact room right here. Hello, buddy. Goodbye. Baby? Dumb baby. You just jumped right in. What an idiot. Yeah, there's another hallway room as well with holes on both sides, which is definitely quite dangerous. Especially since there's not really much room for the cart and the players to go. You can hide here, so I guess it's a good kind of hiding spot, but it's definitely not safe, that for sure. Alright, but anyways, enough of that testing. We're going to level 20 and seeing what the super moon is all about. It's gonna be crazy, that's for sure. Alright, for some reason the super moon was not showing up for me, but this is actually very interesting. You can actually see the current moon on your levels now. And these 3 levels right here were all before this current beta update, so that's interesting. All right, I've tried this multiple times and I don't know why it's not showing up, but I do know it is in this menu here. So we got the crescent moon, half moon, full moon, and then now super moon. Now enemy orbs now explode when destroyed. Monsters now overcharge your grabber by a total increase of 50%. That's crazy. And then monsters now take even less damage from pits. So let's put that to the test, eh? Let's see, what do we have? We got a big friendly clown. So let me grab him. Oh geez, I have like 3 seconds to grab him. And now he's still alive, which is kind of crazy. But I do quite like that effect when they get saved. Oh, I'm also dying, apparently. He's still alive, by the way. And then he died from hitting the ceiling. That is crazy. That is super crazy. I also love how items... Oh yeah, and orbs now explode. That's right. I just forgot about that, lol. Alright, headman. Hello. You go in the hole too? Goodbye. Not. That is crazy. Yeah, overcharge is super like strong now. That's it. Let's just destroy this. Wait, actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Let's destroy it on an enemy instead. Okay, we got a frog here. Hey, buddy. Okay, that is actually crazy strong. I wonder how much damage that actually does. I think I've already tested it actually in my off time. Okay, this mod that I have also can show the enemy health as well. I believe whenever these orbs actually explode, they do 200 damage, which is crazy. Now, I don't know if they do like more with the bigger orbs and less with the smaller orbs. I think they're all the same, but I guess we could actually test that. Goodbye. All right, so here we are. We got the clown. Let me just make sure. Okay, so that did a lot of damage to him. He has 100 HP left. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain the fact that now there's even more enemies on maps now. Okay, here you can see in the enemies list, there's 17 enemies. I believe it's a 4-5-5 kind of like setup where there's 4 small enemies, 5 medium enemies, and 5 large enemies. Yeah, we have clown as a large, headman, another clown, huntsman, and another headman. So that's 5 large enemies. Plus, we got a bow tie, hidden, and a chef. That's a medium enemy. So we got 5 as well. And that means there should be 4 small enemies. We have a group of 4 gnomes is considered 1 small enemy. Then we got apex predator, another apex predator, plus a spewer. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's 4 small enemies. Now, I don't exactly know when it gets to this point. I think it might be on this supermoon level. Because obviously, it kind of just gradually increases like the amount of enemies that you get. Hello, gnome. Alright, so now I haven't quite gone over this yet, but gnomes and bangers, you know, those guys that explode when they light their fuses. Also, this guy still has like a kind of slow overcharge timer. Yeah, whenever their whole group dies, so I'm just gonna spawn all the gnomes over here. Got another gnome. Hey, buddies. So when I kill these guys, their respawn timer should now be the same as any other enemy, which is very cool. Because both gnomes and bangers have extended timeouts on death, which I'm definitely a huge fan of, because I'm sure you guys have probably seen some of those rare chances where you'll get like 12 gnomes at a time and then you kill all of them and then they just like come right back. They're basically like back immediately. It's like almost like they have no spawn timer. And especially for solo, that can be a huge problem because you're only one person and you have to try and get all this loot while also trying to survive against just all these gnomes, which is like instantly respawn. It's just such a hard game in and of itself. Plus we got the human group. That's cool. I didn't notice that. But we have this one room again with the armadillo. All right, well, I think I've showcased probably enough of the update for now. I will definitely be doing another live stream probably tomorrow on Monday. So if you want to watch that, feel free to watch that if you want. I'll be checking out more of the new repo update. But yeah, I'm actually very happy that they've like scaled the difficulty even more past level 10, because basically how the game has been going, like past level 11, basically every other round that you do after that is just basically the same kind of round where you always have 3 large enemies, always have the 3 small, 3 medium. It's basically all like kind of the same exact difficulty. Really, the only like difficult part is like if you have like a bad combo of monsters, that's really the only difficult. But now we have moon phases, which is crazy. And plus the crouch regen is like much more better as well. Like you can see it goes much quicker even when you're moving, which I am a huge fan of. I definitely love that. And they also fixed tumble wings, which I really don't use too often. Hey, sir. Hey, you missed. Idiot. Goodbye. Not? Yeah, he's still alive. And I'll probably die now. Yeah. Yeah, just all the big, large enemies still will take like a couple tries to kill him in a hole. Like this guy, for example. Like he'll still be alive. And then now he dies. And I love the fact that these explode as well. Goodbye. That's crazy. Those do crazy amounts of damage, and I love the sound of it too. It sounds like a lightning bolt or something. What about 2 orbs? Minus 11,000. That's crazy. Yeah, but anyways, what do you guys think about the new update? I'm actually still not exactly sure how I like it, because I'm actually intrigued to see how hard this actually is going to be, like moving forward. I do like the fact that the first like 5 levels you'll have no overcharge at all, so you'll be able to pick up enemies just no problem, as long as you have the strength as well. But now the fact that you can also stun enemies again with items, that's another huge thing. I think a lot of people love to attack enemies with like medium objects and knocking them out, stuff like that. I mean, for me personally, I do like to go until I can get enough strength to do that, where I can throw enemies in pits. But of course, to each their own. People can play how they want. And of course, one of my favorite things is that hiddens and upscreams now stun for less time, which is definitely a big part for me, especially like later game, because if you get grabbed by hidden, you can basically just call that instant death. I hope that they like eventually add that you can't die in pits. Like if you have like, I don't know, say like if you have 400 health, it'll take like 300 health when you fall into a pit, but it'll explode you back out or something like that. Like I feel like that'd be a very cool change. Hey gnomes, so they're back already. Apparently. Oh yeah, also look, by the way, look at my new cool trick I figured out. You can sprint and then you can basically sprint and slide underneath the headman or the huntsman and basically stun him like that. You just gotta make sure not get shot, obviously. That's a very cool little trick, although it's kind of hard to do. Just some fun shenanigans. go. Whatever. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little showcase that I made. Let me know down in the comments what did you think how I did today. Okay, my first repo update video actually went crazy and got like 1,000 views, which is definitely crazy for just a normal video. Like my second highest viewed video is like only like 200 views, so that tells you a lot right there. But this one was a little bit different because I didn't quite go over just only the patch notes. I talked over the patch notes and I'm just like kind of showcasing all this whole thing. And obviously this video is gonna be a little bit longer, so sorry about that. But I hope this whole showcase kind of helps you understand how exactly this whole thing works now. Because the moon phases is definitely one of their bigger updates where they can actually like, make the difficulty scale like a ton. And they're adding more moon phases in the future, so. And you guys can definitely watch out for any future uploads where I do any more of the moon phase stuff. And of course I'll probably do more challenges as well. I have a cool video idea in the future that I really want to do. Although with this moon phase kind of thing, it might be a bit more difficult, but I'm definitely down for the challenge. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.